Money gives you options. Ladies and gentlemen, I went back and forth with myself, with spirit, whether or not I should do this video, because many people will think that I'm not qualified, because as of this very moment, I don't have $1 million in my bank account. But if you stay to the end of this video, you will understand the importance of why I felt compelled to have this discussion. I am Coach 𝗨𝗪. Welcome to my channel where I speak on all things spiritual, mental, and physical. You can always check out my physical fitness content, more about nutrition, moving your body, beginner-friendly workouts in short form here on YouTube. I will also link my socials in the description box below. Listen, many times in life, I have found myself in a situation of lack, from my bank account being overdrawn, from me having to carry over a balance on bills that I could not pay in full, getting credit cards that I know I'm going to default on, but I'm doing anything I can to keep my head above water because, you know, as a mom, a single mom, a part of my journey was jumping from one hustle to the next. I honestly had a lifestyle at some point where I got hooked onto, you know, that fast money making life, like rolling with drug dealers, scammers, and, you know, long nights, tiresome days, the chaos in between. I was just really trying to keep my head above water. I was really in survival mode. But when I really start to dive in and unpackage the things from my past, you know, something came to me. Like, I realized that many women like myself are like this. Like, you have found yourself in compromising situations where you had to compromise your integrity or your morals just for a dollar. This is why I say money gives you options, because it's not necessarily about shopping and not being able to, you know, notice the price tag, or, you know, walking around with fancy jewelry and nice luxury cars. It's not about that. Let's think about it. It gives us security. You need currency to secure a home. You need currency to eat on a daily basis. You need currency to purchase the things that are basic necessities for your survival. Money gives us the stability. If you can't pay your bills, how does that feel, right? You need money, currency, in order to maintain a certain status, a certain lifestyle. So money certainly gives us options. I remember in my 20s, I was really struggling. It was myself, a friend or two, and some associates. We got together. I was the only one who had a vehicle at that time, but we got together. We were all really going through a horrible financial state. Again, all of us single parents, so everything fell on us. And one night, you know, we got together and we was like, you know what, we are going to strip. Like, we are going to a club, not local, because we don't want people to be able to recognize us, because of course we would be embarrassed. We would be shameful for even thinking or considering going this route. But, you know, we felt like our backs were against the wall. And one night we went out to the exotic store. We got us some outfits, some platform shoes. I had already made some phone calls. They invited us to the club on amateur night. Now, I had no idea that you have to audition or like go through an interview process in order to be an exotic dancer, at least back then, right? I think this was around 2012, maybe. I'm not sure. But so, you know, we round up the girls. It's 5 of us, and we're going to do this, right? We're going to do this. So we're gassing up each other. We are, you know, just playing with each other, like looking at each other's dances and like trying to hype each other up, trying to boost up our confidence to do something that we know better, right? And this is no shade. If this is something that you are into, I'm just saying from my standpoint in life, what I've been taught, like, you know not to do this, right? Like, you know there are other options. So we get on the road, okay, we get to the club. I do my audition, right? And he doesn't really make me like take off my clothes, and I was already half naked. But when I came out the office, I just felt so degraded and so low that, you know, I had told my friend like how I was feeling, and I was like, I really don't want to do this. So we didn't. 2 of us decided that we were not going to go forward, but the other 3 did. So of course we stayed. We were hours away from home. We stayed to support them to make their money. But here's the thing, like, when I think about this story, like, do you understand what just happened? Like, we are all jeopardizing our beliefs, our morals, something that we were taught that we don't want to go against. We were willing to jeopardize our face, okay, our credibility, like how our reputation is, that's the word I'm looking for. We were willing to jeopardize our reputation and take that risk, all for $1, okay? All for $1. And it makes me think about the things that I heard when I was a child, how people embraced poverty is crazy to me. Like, parents and people were really out here teaching us money is bad. But honestly, when people don't have money, they start stealing. They start taking from their parents. When people feel they don't have enough, bad things happen, right? Like, people start to do desperate things. And we all know what desperate measures look like. I'm sure you have heard rich people are evil. Rich people are conniving. They're con artists. Rich people are selfish. Rich people are gluttons. They're greedy. But honestly, how do you feel not having money? The money that you need for transportation, the money that you need to pay your bills in full, the money that you need to explore life and have fun, right? Because that is what life is all about. Living, not surviving. And I was in survival mode, and I was willing at that time to take uncalculated risk, okay? That was only gonna leave me in more shame and regret later. Like, I would have resented myself if it had turned out to be another way. Even if I did it one time, I would have sat with that resentment later. Now, let me tell you, I've also been on another side of the spectrum where I had money coming in. I wasn't so desperate to get out and make money, but by this point, I'm so fearful of losing it, right? That I'm just watching it grow in my bank account. And somehow or another, the universe has its own plans. So me living in this fear is saying, we're going to get this money one way or another. So what happens? My car may break down, right? My child may have an illness that may, cost me some extra money out of pocket. Something may come up where an obstacle that I didn't plan for, and I have to have the means, the currency, the money to cover this. Living in that fear of not wanting to spend money because you've been broke for so long, or, whatever money issues you've had has affected you and traumatized you to the point where you don't even want to spend $1. When you go and get a few things for yourself and it's time to, swipe that card or give that money to the cashier, you know how it is. It's like, you know what I mean? You don't want to let it go. And you send a little message to the cashier like, girl, I knew I shouldn't have spent this money today. No, money gives you options. And guys, I really want to dive further into this subject. Please drop a money bag into the comments, because I have some tips that will help you release these negative concepts that we have behind money, right? Money is evil, when money is not evil. They say the love of money is the root of all evil. Money itself is not evil. it is whatever the value we want to give it to, right? We give money power. So if you have been sitting with thoughts and, some ideals that is keeping you impoverished, broke, and you don't like this feeling, I want to tell you, you're not alone. Many of us have been conditioned and programmed to buy into these false myths and beliefs that are really not serving us, right? So I want to encourage you today to do some research and dive into, not even do some research, but I want to encourage you to actually sit with yourself and look back on your past, on how you behaved when you didn't have enough, how you were sitting in worry, how you maybe went from worry to fear, like I did, or, found yourself overworked from hustle to hustle. Like, these are things we should really think about. And then start to find a solution, which again, I do have some tips I would love to share. But start to find solutions to get ourselves from out of that rut, right? From out of this situation that no longer serves us. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe. Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts or some of your limiting beliefs that have kept you stuck or that is keeping you stuck right now. Until next time, I'm out.